Hi all, this is E. After the market on Thursday, the 19th of March. March Madness continues. Just a quick update. Wanted to talk just a little bit about yesterday's egregious nature. And normally we would like a morning after trend day trade. We thought you could get away with hitting a couple of pullbacks, and as long as you treated them as small scalps with the wind blowing from yesterday, you'd be okay. But overall, we thought pull back and perhaps test anywhere from that 81, 82 area down to the 75 zone. We thought that would be an important pullback, and beyond that would be good fortune. At the open early, we had wanted pre-market to be sure we were done by 84 and a quarter. We just felt that that was a key mark. That's this red line right here. This was an area to be done, and below that we would then enter from the yellow box into the green box. We started with yesterday's 2102 resistance. That never broke, so that's still a resistance, and we thought pull back and take some of yesterday's range and go back and re-auction it because it had gone through it so fast yesterday. Normally when that happens, we would prefer to see a pullback and not a plunge and not an extension, but some kind of a retracement move. A lot of traders had been caught in this 82 to 83 area, perhaps shorting a little too aggressively yesterday, and we felt that that would take time to wiggle through. So we thought the first potential trade could be at the open to try to get the half cap trade, which was in the 90 zone and 90 and a half, the middle zone. So we felt play a soft bounce, be done by 87 and a half to 88, and good fortune above. We thought that working around the news might be part of the challenge, but that it would make sense today to look to come back and test 81 to 80, and if so, perhaps get a little bit lower and come back into that 78 to 77 area. That was our primary target today, was the 76 and a quarter, and that was a measured move, the T1, and we felt if we could get back there, we'd probably done well. And by noontime, we had said the primary trade we felt was done, and we should get a bounce, and depending on options expiration, maybe a bigger bounce or maybe a contained bounce, but we did not think we were going to have a runaway day to the upside or downside today. Angel at the end of the day, 78 and a half. You can see how that's holding right now. And the 87 and a quarter was the demon for RTH. Pre-market demon, the all-day demon was back here at 97 and a half. So that'll play an important role tomorrow. The RTH 5-minute chart. We can see where we got the kick at the during IB, and this is why we thought this would be a reasonable attempt to buy at this 81 area, 82 zone, and with the idea of trying to come into that 87, 88. But then the key would be, would we be able to start to roll over this blue line? And if so, anything goes, but we felt it would go over and under, which means it's more of a range type trade. And we suspected that because of yesterday's large move and options expiration. We thought they might want to pin it in this zone and kill some theta today. We adjusted the chart and thought that perhaps we would need to look at a little bit deeper chart, like a 10 or a 15. We decided the 15 was the appropriate chart, and that we would, as long as we're above the blue line, that we would probably either get a kick and come back up and retest into that 86, 87. First had to get by 85. That was a key idea, and we felt that we were pretty well boxed in this zone right here from the lows, using the 75 plus or minus a point, and then back up into that 85 zone. We thought that we had a game of rain ping pong going on with the 15s. The 15-minute chart Globex had respected the blue line all day long. We felt that the compression would be to test the pink line, and we had the opposite over here where the blue line was supportive in the RTH charts. So we felt that was the battle, and basically to see which which one would dominate, and there was no clear-cut winner. Obviously, it was just channeled in between those ideas. So this was an idea of theta burn today, clearly, where we rotated from a 5-minute chart to a 10 to a 15, and that's the way we read the charts. Here's the tunnel vision chart, and we were looking at it out of bounds, and we came back in, and then basically we stayed under the blue line, making lower lows and lower highs into the close. And we followed this line, assuming that this was resistance until proven otherwise. And we thought end of day the shorts should make sure that they were covered, because realistically we had the opposite effect of yesterday, where we had prevailed all day long to the short side, and make sure you get paid idea into the close. Note we are out of bounds on the daily, and we've come back in a bit. Note the same thing on the 240 chart, coming back in with and usually a big long pole will have the middle tested before the lows, obviously. So that's the first criteria, is try to get back into the middle of that bar. Yesterday's middle was 76, and that's why we wanted to respect that zone. We thought that we would get an inside day today. We did. Did not surprise us. What would have surprised me today was a plunge, or if we extended and got outside yesterday's range. Those two ideas I did not consider as having a high probability. I thought the most likely would be to come back in softly in a range trade, testing some support. This is E signing off for eminywizard.com and Market Wizards. I'll be traveling tomorrow, and I will be out of the office. Catch everybody on Monday. Have a good one, and remember, it's options expiration. Use stops. Be well, everybody.